Greetings, family. Greetings, greetings, greetings. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight. The divine creative force of the universe, the all within all. Oh, today we got a special show coming up. Waiting for my brother Henry, brother student minister Henry Muhammad to come in. And we're going to be talking about, of course, the Million Man March. Yes, the Million Man March, and how important of an impact it made over the last 30 years, celebrating 30 years of the Million Man March. And I think that's going to be a very important. I think I need to put this in front. I don't really like to have it in the frame, but can everybody hear me? If you could hear me, please put the number 1 in the chat. If you could hear me, thank you very much. If you could hear me, put the number 1 in the chat, okay? And I want to make sure everybody's feeling well. Let me give you a well-deserved round of applause for just coming and appearing on the channel today, okay? Assalamu alaikum. Hotep. Shalom. Peace be unto you all. What's up? If you could hear me, put the number 1 in the chat. We're broadcasting on Facebook and on YouTube. I tried to set up Instagram. I don't know what happened, but it is what it is. We keep it moving. That's what I do. I keep things moving. I keep things grooving. No matter what's happening, you got to learn to adapt, improvise, and overcome. So big up to all the military people that used to say that. So first and foremost, I want to remind all of you beautiful individuals, that tomorrow I will be interviewing this beautiful Dr. Shakira Moore, and how it's important to know your breast blueprint because early detection saves lives. All happening tomorrow, Friday, October the 17th at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And of course, we're promoting the event that she's going to be doing at a library in Georgia. She's going to be doing it at this library in Georgia on October 21st. It's called the Evelyn G. Lowry Library over there at the Cascades, and it's going to be from 6 to 7:30 p.m. Make sure you scan the QR code on this page so you can join the list. I believe it's absolutely free. I'm not sure, but she's trying to help with saving women by understanding the need to that the tools every woman needs to prevent and heal breast cancer. So that's honorable. That's an honorable thing that she's doing, and I'm proud of the journey that she's on in order for to do something like that. So make sure you support Dr. Shakira Moore. She'll be here tomorrow with me. And of course, if you are in the Atlanta area, our beautiful sister will be doing that. Okay. And it's all good. It's all good. And want to remind all you beautiful people that on Sunday, I have a double header. I have this beautiful brother here, Zanset Jedna, talking about making his debut right here, the journey of spirituality and being the keeper of ancestral guidance. He'll be on with me on October the 19th at 3:03 p.m. And then later on that evening or that afternoon, we have our brother, the one, the only, brother Jerry Miller would be with us at 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 3 p.m. Pacific Time, respecting the wisdom of our elders, woven in the fabric of time. That's going to be very good because you know how Brother Jerry Miller gets down. That's my brother for many years. As a matter of fact, Jerry Miller under Islam gave me my Shahada in 1984 when I was in and entering the Ansarullah community, and I moved in around 85 and stayed there until 88 before I left. And then in 89, I went into the Nation of Islam, not looking for God and all that kind of stuff, just trying to maintain my general orders and my discipline. And that's what I did. Also, on today's Consciousness in the Conscious community, I will be hosting the one, the only Dr. Oya Ma'at will be with us as the special guest. You know, she's into STEM, science, technology, education, and also the likes. And she's going to be with us live and direct on October the 28th. And then in the month of November, we have our beautiful Sister Myra Moss. Sister Myra Moss will be with us live and direct. All right. So we're going to have a good time. We're going to have a good time going into the month of November. That's going to be powerful with our dear sister. And of course, in November, I'll be celebrating 30 years in promotion and production at Nicholas Brooklyn on November 15th and November 16th. So come on out. It's only $33 in advance and more at the door. So you could actually swipe that QR code or scan that QR code, or actually go to my Linktree / King Simon the Numerovator, and it's right there at the top. Or go to my IG and you can go to all my links through there. Or you can actually scan this QR code right now and come on out. The event, you could either come to the event or you can do the live tickets. The live tickets are a little less. I think the live tickets are $20. Live stream tickets are $20. But if you want to come out and hang out with all the people that will be participating, Sister Kafunya will be doing the sound bowls. Lloyd Strayhorn will be speaking. Joshua Sarah, Paris Williams, Mama Ella, Black Dot, and a few surprises. But the keynote speaker for each day is going to be Abundance Child on Saturday, and then Red Pill on Sunday. But Abundance Child and the Drop Squad Kitchen family will be providing the food. Can't wait, because I love her food. I love her food. And big up to the sponsors of my program. And of course, we got to big up No Diamonds, newdiamonds.net. New Diamonds on all platforms. And also her Cash App is right there, New Diamonds 101. And big up to my man, Red Alert. Don't forget, make sure you join my membership on KSPTV Media and also on Patreon. Patreon members, okay? You can join that. I'm going to be doing this first one myself, psychoanalysis, but I'm brewing on it right now, because I'm going to be doing the breaking down the numbers and then taking notes and having a lot of information coming from different books and AI and also Google. So I'm going to be doing a lot for this particular online exclusive membership only psychoanalysis, a numerovational, spiritual, and physical perspective. And then part 2 and part 3 will be special guests in the field. So we're going to have a good time with that. We're waiting for the minister to come up, not Minister Farrakhan, but one of his student ministers will be coming up from 7C, Mosque number 7C in Brooklyn, Pennsylvania Avenue, to be direct, and I'll be promoting most of that coming up. Also, want to big up some of the sponsors. 340 Worldwide, I see her in the chat. Big up to 340worldwide.com. Make sure you support Miss Williams at everything she do and how she does it. Also, I want to shout out High Heels Apothecary.com. That's High Heels Apothecary.com. If you want to book a session, a numerovation session with me, all you have to do is text me your full name, date of birth, and email for details. And I will send you all the details via emails. And also those that are seniors, 60 years and older, elders, 60 years and older, for the 30-minute and 60-minute, I have a 40% discount rate right now for y'all right now. So I'm trying to show y'all respect as much as I possibly can. And those that are part of my Patreon and YouTube membership, guess what? I have 20% off for all of you beautiful people. If you're a part of you just got to prove that you're a part of the Patreon and also YouTube membership. Okay. And remember my books. Make sure you get my new book. My new book is going to be coming out. The ebook is coming out, but also I look like I'm going to upload the live book that will be on Amazon. That will be $19.99, $20. The ebook will be $10. So if you want the ebook or you want the hard book, it will be uploaded in a couple weeks. So we're going to make sure I get it out there. And don't forget, my other books are on Amazon. All 5 of my other books are on Amazon right now. King Simon on Amazon. And make sure you go to Linktree / King Simon the Numerovator for all those books. And big up to Nicholas Brooklyn, where I'll be hosting my 30th celebration and promotion and production. Make sure you contact Nicholas Brooklyn. If you want to vend at the event, you can also contact Nicholas Brooklyn at 718-858 4400. That's 718-858-4400. And if you're over there at Nicholas Brooklyn, just show them this flyer. Take a snapshot of this. 10% off all retail purchases at Nicholas Brooklyn and Nicholas Cultural. Make sure you support them. Baba Ashra Kwesi, he does a regular trip for over 40 years. Well, for 40 years now, Baba Ashra Kwesi and his beautiful wife have been doing trips to Kemet, Egypt, from Cairo to Nubia. If you want to go on this educational historical trip, please call that number 214-371-0206 and tell them that King Simon sent you. Believe me, you will have a historical time with them. And also big up to the one, the only Hypnosis with Kendall at ighypnosiswithkendall.com. Hit her up at 1-800-396-6463. That's right. And also shout out to my dear sister Cinnamon. She got some great books out there and a lot of products on her Etsy channel right there, our Etsy website, transitionalhealing.etsy.com. But make sure you get that book, Grandma's Secret, Uncover Secrets That Your Grandparents Kept, and also the book called Know Thyself and Understanding the Secrets the Planets Hold About You. Very good stuff she has offering. And big up to Lloyd-Strayhorn. That's Lloyd-Strayhorn.com. Make sure you support our beloved elder, world-renowned astronumerologist from Harlem. And of course, make sure you book a session with him if you can't get a chance to book it with me. All right. And I just want to remind everybody, there's always a disclaimer section, 107 of the Copyright Act, allowance of made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Now, I see the minister, a brother minister behind the scenes. I'm going to play a clip before I bring him on because I think this is going to set the pace of what we're going to talk about right here on this channel, family. So without any further ado, I want to show y'all what our brothers and sisters enjoyed, mostly our brothers enjoyed 30 years ago, what we all got to enjoy. As a matter of fact, I was sick. I had a flu, almost went to the hospital. I couldn't even make it, but I'm so glad that Gary Bird did the whole thing. I made sure I listened to it through the whole thing and then came back to the temple, came back to the mosque after and all that. But I was sick like a dog for a whole 3 days straight. I could not get up. My body was sore, so I wasn't able to make that for the Million Man March on the 30th, being honest. But without further ado, let me bring on what I want to show y'all first. I want to show y'all this first before we do anything else. We'll be right back after this.
You're looking at history.
Black history.
These images aren't AI. On October 16th, 1995, 1 million black men gathered on the National Mall in Washington, D.C. for an historic day of unity and atonement.
We are here! We are here! We are here!
They came by plane, train, bus from all over the country.
San Francisco.
Fairbanks, Alaska.
What prompted you to get on a bus and sit for 13 hours to come to Washington, D.C. today?
Well, I came out because of the unity for black men.
What do you hope to take away from this?
Well, I hope to take back to home I come from, the spirit of 1 million men out here.
While some predicted violence, there wasn't any. The Million Man March was full of speeches by various social and political leaders who urged black men to live their lives in a righteous way. Among the speakers that day, Maya Angelou, Rosa Parks, Stevie Wonder, and organizer Louis Farrakhan.
As an African-American woman, I am proud, applaud, and support our men in this assemblage.
The ancestors remind us, despite the history of pain, we are going on people who will rise again, and still we rise.
All for one, one for all.
Clean up, black man, and the world will respect and honor you.
Even the Bloods and the Crips came together at the Million Man March to preach unity.
Killing black brothers, it ain't gonna happen no more. We're tired of the killing. It's gonna stop, it will stop, and it must stop. Black man, I come to you with much love. As we brothers on the West Coast made peace, me, myself, I was taking lives, but now I'm saving lives. Out of my heart, and before I go, young brothers, let me hear you say this one time. Keep the Million Man March alive, young brothers only.
And this is the first time I ever attended something of this magnitude. I'm really impressed with the way the black brothers have gotten together with no incidents. Everything is so calm. We have shown today that we can come together in the masses with a peaceful demonstration with no incidents at all, and it's wonderful. So if Americans haven't learned anything at all, is that they have judged the black man wrong.
Black man, do what you must to support your own. Do what you must to become related to your God. Do what you must to lift up your communities by the initiative that God has placed in your heart to do for yourself, and not beg others to do for you what you must do for yourself.
When this mindset change, then we win because we have the economic power.
We're all coming together like this. It's a black thing. It's nothing about, you know, Haitian, Jamaican, or, you know, North, South, West. We all come together to do this because we're in a crisis, and we need to let each other know that we are in this crisis together. You know, whether I'm doing good or he's doing bad, it doesn't matter because we're in this together because we share that common bond.
What do you think the main message of this march is?
That we need to wake up. That we all need to wake up. That, you know, we're dying here. We're dying here and we need to wake up. And to me, that's the message.
Do you support Louis Farrakhan?
I mean, how could you not support someone who's doing something like this? He's uplifting his race.
What do you think about the Million Man March?
It's great. I'm proud to be here. I'm proud that my father brought me out here. This is history of the making.
What do you hope to take away from this?
I hope that the community will be able to heal change, like we live a better life, that people won't be scared to step outside without something happening. The black people will come out here for unity and like to get together like this. The blacks, we should just come together all the time.
It's a great feeling, and this feeling will go back and it will be carried back home, and you'll feel it.
Our history must not be forgotten or erased. The 1995 Million Man March was one of the largest peacetime gatherings in American history. As we honor and remember that day, we must also confront the question: are black men in America better off today than they were 30 years ago? Let me know your thoughts in the comments.
We want to thank BET for that clip, man. What a very good clip. And without further ado, one of my dear brothers for a long time, since the 90s. We go back from when we first young Muslims back in the Nation of Islam. I came in 1989. I was also in the ministry class under Minister Hawk back in those days. This brother was also with us. Let's welcome on stage right here. He's not new. He's not old to my stage. He's not new to my channel. He's been on this before. My brother, student minister, the one, the only brother Henry Muhammad. How are you, my brother?
I'm good, by the grace of Allah, brother King Simon. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Assalamu alaikum. That's my brother. How you doing, brother?
By the grace of Allah, brother. I thank Allah much, man, to be alive, you know, first and foremost, but be alive and living life with the activity of life.
Yes,
doing God's work, brother. It's a pleasure to be on your show, brother. It's good to see you. You know, how's everything, brother? That clip was just really beautiful. It was
a very important clip for me to play because, like I said, our brother Gary Bird, he really played. He did a darn good report on radio at that time, and I was sick. I couldn't even get up. Yeah. And everybody, brothers was calling me to come, and I was damn dead, almost dead, brother. That's how crazy it was. Man. But I was so happy that WBLS really broadcasted that whole day, and I just stayed in the bed and just drank water and drank tea and tried to and I couldn't even move, brother. But
And
I
if
know
you,
I
you
was
know,
there.
Gary Bird was one of our big supporters. You remember he did a whole rap song to the Million Man March, brother.
I love it. Bob Law, of course, and
Yeah,
I
of
ended up
course,
going on that station after that,
Yeah,
WWRL. I ended up going
Yes.
on that station. So
And those were the positive supporters.
yes,
The enemy supported it, hoping it would go wrong. They had us on C-SPAN and everything, and gave us a lot of publicity. Yeah, brother.
no promotion is bad promotion. I even wrote a
Come
book.
on, brother. That's right. Look, you and I both know from the teachings on Block you can get a positive out of a negative.
Out of a negative. Exactly.
Come on now. So come on. So yeah, that was a beautiful thing, brother. So
man, I'm proud of you, my brother, because you kept strong and kept with it in your own way. Although I'm inactive, I'm still active in another way.
That's
but I'm
you
always willing to support my friend, because I tell people I'll never speak bad of, because that's one of the life-giving teachings of the most honorable Muhammad and Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan from the 5% Nation all the way through. I've been getting.
Come on, brother. Come
14.
on.
So
Yeah,
I still have all of my books from the Messenger and everything in the ministry.
Yes, sir.
And
we thank a lot for you, brother. Because keeping on with the work, and just as you said, we're all a part of the Nation of Islam, and
Exactly.
it's a matter of being active or inactive. You active on the streets. You're active with our people. They're having this podcast, having this program is a lot of activity, and Allah's spirit has always been in you. And just as you said, man, we go all the way back to 89. When you was already in the ranks, I was processing. I got my ex in 1990 under Khalid. So
oh wow, yeah.
May Allah be pleased with him. So we go way back, and and to be coming along and still be breathing and staying in the work is a blessing, because we already know this is not something that the enemy wants. And we deal with life, the vicissitudes of life as we go through it. We have our own personal lives, but we still stick to, working on our people and working on ourselves. So I'm proud of you, brother. And it's an honor. Man. It's an honor for me to be here on the show with you.
Man, reflection. It's funny you mentioned Dr. Khalid, because I have it saying on my shirt, we must be saints, saviors, soldiers, scholars, healers, and killers.
Come on now. There you go.
My brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because even although his whatever happened after with him, all of us are still like this. We know it's time that we have to put in that work when it's time to be a saint, a savior, soldier, scholar, healer, and killer. But I always pray. I still make my prayers, and I said I just pray that at the appropriate time that it will come up. Every one of them, because there's different times that this stuff will come up.
That's right. Yeah.
You can't be a killer while you're trying to heal people.
No, you can't. But one of the things I used to say, we got to be a doctor and a patient at the same time. Exactly. So there is a negative side of us that we got to kill.
Yes,
that other killing, that's on a daily basis, and just as you said, at the appropriate time when it comes, we take it to another level. And we pray that Allah guides us in the right way with that.
Exactly. And I want to let them know it's pinned to the top that if they want to watch it on a broadcast, NOI.org is the website they can do. It's pinned to the top of the chat. But also, if you want to watch it from the temple in 7C, Mosque number 7C on Pennsylvania Avenue, I got their website up also. And I got the Mosque number 7, because they're going to be doing it also.
That's right.
Brother
Yes,
Arthur,
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay,
and number 7. And so when it comes down to watching it on NOI.org, if you can't be at the mosque with us, whether it's at 106-7 West 127th Street between Malcolm X Boulevard and Adam Clayton Powell at 11 a.m. on Sunday, join with your brothers and sisters of like minds and get that spirit that we watch the webcast together, or you be with us at 202 Pennsylvania Avenue, Muhammad Mosque 7C. That's in East New York, right off of Glenmore Avenue, 11 o'clock a.m. We'll be there in brotherhood and sisterhood. Or can't make it, you watch it on the webcast from your home, But we want to make sure that everybody's tuning in on the 19th, October 19th for the 30th anniversary of the Million Man March.
I got the address in. I made sure I put Pennsylvania Avenue. Doors open at 10 a.m. Program started at 11. If you want to see and meet him, because after the event, he always shake hands with everyone.
Yes.
So you want to, like the minister taught.
That's right. Yeah. And you don't have to worry about going home and cooking food. The MGT are going to have meals there. You'll be able to get you a meal at the mosque and get your bean pie and all that. You know what I mean? Come on, brother.
Mr. Henry, Brother Minister Henry, I'm so proud of your journey, and you and your beloved wife and family.
Yes, thank you, brother.
Greetings.
Yes, I shall. Yes, sir.
And from 30 years now, man, Million Man March, Day of Atonement. What do you feel was the major accomplishment from what you've seen from your perspective and the minister? But you're speaking for the minister, but from your perspective, from Brother Henry's heart, what did you feel was a major accomplishment 30 years all the way till now?
The major accomplishment for me, from my heart, was Allah God's stamp of approval that Minister Farrakhan is his man, his vessel that he would use on behalf of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad to warn our people, warn America, and let them know that God is interested in the affairs of the Black man and woman in America based off of our ancestry of what we went through and through slavery, being kidnapped in the 400-year process. Early on, Brother Simon, when we was building up for the Million Man March, you and I both know, after we saw what the minister did at the 369th Armor.
He was there. Oh, man.
Look, I got a chill just thinking about just at this moment. Because, bruh, that 369th Army in January of 1994, it let us know that the Million Man March was going to be successful.
Yep, exactly.
And when you look at that picture of 1.8 million Black men standing on that mall, and Minister Farrakhan at the head of it, that's a general looking over an army.
Over an army. That's right.
And so to see that and know that Congress got out of town, the president got out of town, it showed what would happen in America if Black people just united. So that was, I'm
glad you brought it back. I'm glad you brought it back to 369 because at 369, our dojo was on the mat up there. Conrad Muhammad, all of them, and I got to meet Yusuf Shaw.
Come on,
the legendary captain
of men, brother.
The train of men.
Yes, man.
I was like, I was at the door because we were securing, and I'm like, hey, Yusuf Shaw's here. He came with the whole crowd. Yusuf Shaw. Everybody like, yo, come on, brother.
Yeah, brother.
And I got to meet him, and I was like, wow. And then when Minister Farrakhan, when they started saying Farrakhan,
I was just thinking that. Go ahead, brother.
I still got the tape on VHS.
Yes, brother.
My brother, we got the tape.
And the way he humbled out of that, they did the same thing at the Million Man March.
Yes, that's right.
The same thing.
That's right.
Yelling for Farrakhan,
He said he humbled. They called Muhammad, and then he called Allahu Akbar.
Yes, he said
Allahu Akbar.
It's good that you say my name.
Yes,
but
sir.
Farrakhan will live and he will die.
Yes,
the real cry should be Allahu Akbar. Allahu, brother, man, that brought tears to my eyes.
Me too.
Brother.
Today, I'm crying. I'm tearing up now. My eyes.
Yes, sir.
Because and it's about that Allahu Akbar. God is the greatest, or the Creator is the greatest.
Yeah.
I still, even if I'm going to get into a fight, if I have to, that will be the call.
Come on, that's right.
Something about the atoms in the atmosphere.
Yes.
I was there when the police ran up on us back in the night.
January 1994. January 1994. Yeah. Yes, sir.
And I remember that, and I remember Allahu Akbar, and everybody started moving.
Yes,
Some people kept the security on the minister.
Yes, sir. That's
and
right.
Kept it moving.
Yes,
but
sir.
That word, those words in Arabic, Allahu Akbar. From your studies now, because now you're well seasoned in this.
Mm-hmm.
From your studies,
yes,
why is it so important for Muslims, and not just Muslims, but people that are Muslims by nature, to understand the importance of Allahu Akbar?
Yes.
And how to use it and why to call God is the greatest.
Yes.
Well, to call that when you're distressed, or when you're even happy, or when you're going through stuff, or your family's good. Why is it so important?
Because what we are taught from the Quran, everything in creation is a manifestation of the will of Allah.
Yes.
Everything in creation. So from the plant life, the tree life, the animal life, all of it manifests as the will of Allah. And the will is the power behind the throne. And so for us as human beings, we couldn't exist if the Creator didn't exist.
Yes.
There's a part of him in all of us, arm, leg, arm, head, as we would say, Allah, And so when we say Allah is the greatest, we know that everything that happens is by his willpower. It's by his active will and his permissive will. So whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, we call on Allah as the greatest force that's in our life. If we're being attacked and we have to fight, we yell out Allahu Akbar. Allah is the greatest, and then we get busy. We don't yell out Allahu Akbar and wait for some mysterious force to come down and fight for us. No, if we're having a blessing in our life, we thank Allah. If we get into a car accident and the car gets wrecked and we walk away from it, we say Allahu Akbar, because it's by the favor of Allah. Or if we're not able to walk away from it, but we're in a hospital and we're still breathing, Allahu Akbar.
Every morning we get up.
Every morning we get up, and yes. So to know that it is his will, the power of his mind behind all actions is the willpower of Allah. And it's our will that we have that he shares with us to give us free will. But when we act on the willpower of God by doing the righteous thing, doing the right thing, then we know that's all God, working within and working without. So Allahu Akbar is a very good cry. Some people would think that we're getting ready to go into some jihad moment.
Yes.
But that doesn't necessarily mean
that. Mean that, right?
Yes,
right,
sir.
Right. And sometimes the jihad is from within.
That's right. That's right. Yes, sir. Yeah. I'm glad you told them you was in the ministry, because it's all coming out right now.
The original ministry manual right here behind me, sir. I still study it. I gotta go because I know even in my work, it's like the meaning of the FOI. But I remember studying that, going behind enemy lines.
Come on,
I know I had to carry that into the quote unquote conscious community. That's why, even in the club life, because remember when I left and went back to the clubs, I still also hired Muslims and hired brothers and hired for big events. So I remember, big up to Brother James, James 14 at that time.
Yes, sir.
And the whole crew, Brother Jason, and all my family members.
And them two brothers. Because they raised us in the mosque.
Yes,
they was our lieutenant, but they still in the field getting busy, brother.
Yeah, I heard they came back home. I was like, oh my goodness. I know Brother Arthur must have felt good, because we go back to that day.
Yes, sir.
And when Minister Nelson passed on, I was like,
man, Allah be pleased with him.
He used to put us on to have us doing push-ups forever.
Yes, sir.
He changed his name to what? What was it?
Hakeem.
Abdul Hakim, yes, he changed it. Of course, my dear heart man, because he was the one that his first marriage was my marriage, and that was Abdul Hafiz.
Yeah, Allahu Akbar.
Yeah, Allah be pleased.
Man, brother. Yeah, brother.
My first marriage. He said it at my wedding. He said that was his first marriage ever in 1990.
Wow, brother.
I think about it now. I know you think about him much
all the time, brother. He raised. Even when you're on the podium, I was his assistant minister, brother.
That's what I'm saying.
And him and I became so tight, and then I had to do his janazah, brother. That was the hardest thing for me. So,
wow.
I think about him all the time, man. About Abdul Hafiz, man. That's my brother, and his transition, his death. It was a real blow to all of us in the nation. And he's a martyr. He's a martyr in the nation of Islam because of coming through his cause of death being COVID, and dying in the name of Allah. We honor him. Of course, I know he didn't want to die, but he died on his post. He died as a Muslim, follower of the teachings and believing and working. And so, you can't help but think of him and many others.
And I still watch a few of his lectures. And I remember when he came, there was a big picture of all of us at the National Black Theater with the whole conscious community, and all of us was there. Sanetta, myself, Seti, all of these guys, everybody was there.
Yes, sir.
And I just and even Brother Nuri was there. Brother Mr. Nuri was there. So it's so much that I got the flyers. I got receipts.
Yes, sir. That's right. Good.
I got receipts. Nobody can tell me where I was at.
That's right. That's right.
So I've heard the minister break down atonement. I want you to go into why should we atone? What's so important about the atonement now, 30 years? Why is it so important to atone with each other, family, whoever? Why is that so important, brother?
Yeah, brother. When I first started coming along early on with the minister, after he gave us the 8 steps of atonement, and over the years after studying it, one of the things that came to mind was it's the proper way to apologize.
Yes.
we would always be able to say, I'm sorry, and when you say you're sorry and whatnot, then if someone says, after you apologize, they start telling you how what you did, how much it hurt them and what they all went through. And then we would get frustrated. People, I just said, I'm sorry, Dag, man. Why are you still going on with it? Because we wasn't apologizing in the proper way. But to apologize to God and then apologize to someone that you may have wronged or have been at fault with, the minister pointed out to us that first step is dealing with that acknowledgement of the fault, pointing out the fault or the wrong, and then acknowledging the fault or the wrong, and then confessing the fault or the wrong. As you start going through those 8 steps, it has to come from a sincere part of self, and we utilize it now because it also helps a great deal with conflict resolution.
That's right.
And there's a lot of little petty beefs that we have with one another in the Black community.
Yep.
Those 8 steps of atonement, if used properly, can help just squash those beefs.
That's right.
But it's a process that we would have to go through with our brothers and sisters, and you can't go through it with them if you don't understand it yourself. But it's to bring us toward a perfect union. So when you ask that in regards to it, on the back end of it from a spiritual level, it shows us from Scripture that the minister was showing the true chosen people of God. The true chosen people of God, which is Black people in North America.
That's right.
Descendants of slaves, and really throughout this whole Western hemisphere, from the Caribbean on down,
right.
He was giving us the proper way that we can atone to God, and atone to one another. So that atonement piece spells out a lot because it's a redemption process, in my opinion. But for the minister to be the one that is being brought through, and he's our brother, then God is bringing it through one of us for the betterment of us as well as all of humanity. And some would say, well, I don't need to atone. What am I going to atone for? Because that was some of the talk among the clergy and others. Like, why do we need to atone? But when you start thinking about atonement, we know the biggest room in the house is room for improvement. Exactly. We could all do better, Exactly. But people that we have hurt and people that may have hurt us, there's a need for atonement, and people are not going to be able to atone if they don't know that they've been offended, and they don't let you know, or I don't let you know, or vice versa. So atonement is a big deal, brother, very big.
And I'm glad you said that, because, and people that are just tuning in, it is now 41 minutes after the hour, and a few minutes before the top of the hour, about 19 minutes before the top of the hour. Brother, student minister Henry Muhammad, dear brother of mine for many years, from Mosque number 7C in Brooklyn. Brooklyn is the place, man. Y'all know Brooklyn. This is what we do. We over there.
People's Republic. Come on,
exactly. It's right. The Kings County. You know what I'm saying?
That's right, bro.
The County of Kings. It's the 30th anniversary of the M.M.M March and the Holy Day of Atonement, man. Family, and I want y'all to go and support. Remember, the link to the NOI.org. If you got to watch it at home, that's up to you. You can watch it at home. It's pinned to the top of the chat, but I will show it just for y'all right now so y'all can get it popping, so y'all can see it right there. Bang, there it is, NOI.org. And also, if you want to go to the Brooklyn or the Manhattan Temple, that's NOIBrooklyn.org, and the Manhattan Temple is NOINewYork.org. Big up to my brother Jabril for sending me
Yes,
all.
sir. Yes, sir.
Big up to his wife, and they was there just helping me out. Hold on, I got your number and all that, but I didn't know you were doing your thing until you texted me and told me. So
yes, sir.
Big up to the whole family and what he does. Another question, because many of us joined the nation, and some of our children left. Went their own way, and what is it? How can we atone or try to bring our children back to understanding even why we did what we had to do, why we was doing a lot of the soldiering, why the work was needed to be done to prepare the way from them? But a lot of them didn't want to get under that way of life because of it was so strict. It was a strict general orders. Right. Everything was really strict. MGT, GCC class, FOI class. We know what it is. What do you think? How can we kind of mend that and atone that with our young people that have left to go their own way at this time?
Well, first and foremost, we got to pray for them.
Yes, that's what I do.
And the biggest part of the prayer is praying that Allah continues to protect them.
Protect them. Yes.
You know, and one of the things that I say in my prayers for my older children is that, you know, that as they go through the turmoils of the vicissitudes of life, because everybody go through their ups and downs.
That's right.
That when they're in the turmoil, that they remember Allah. That I ask Allah, speak to them when they're at their lowest moment.
Yes.
You know, and you know, bring up in them that spirit that I know is there because they came from us.
That's right.
The other part of it is being able to have that moment to do what we are told to practice through on the Day of Atonement. Have a sit down with your children. Have a sit down with your family members. Pray together, you know, and then talk about things that may open the door to let them know how they may feel they have been offended by you, you know, and be willing to hear it as a parent and then address it, not in a defensive way, but address the pain, understand the pain, acknowledge it, even if they may be under the wrong perception.
Right.
They still went through some pain.
Yeah.
Address it. Now we know, as we are taught, the mosque isn't for everybody, but the nation is. All Black people belong to the nation of Islam. Right. The ones that are able to come through the training of the mosque and the discipline, these are the ones that's being prepared to go after our people.
Yeah.
But all of us belong to the nation. So it's a matter of being able to do the work of a civilized person. You know, each one teach one. Right. And if we can go just and we teach in the way that we know how. And so you're doing it right now from the level that makes you feel at ease and able to do it from a level that's natural to you. But you have the wisdom of the teachings. Our children have that in them, and we can't judge them, you know, because down the line, Allah is going to use them because the seed has already been planted.
That's right.
We're just praying Allah that He protects them and keeps them alive and steers them away from going left and keep them on the right path. But if they do go left, we know if we train a child up in the way that they should go, they will come back to that path. So our faith in that is utmost.
That's right. And that's right. And, you know, and that's like the prodigal son, you know what I'm saying? Back in the day, you know, so it looks and, you know, that's important because they're still a part of our DNA. And I'm going through it with two of my children and all that. And, you know, my daughters, and I understand, you know, they wasn't even a part of that. But, you know, I know the essence of myself is still there.
That's right. Yes,
essence of their mom is still there. Know what we went through. And this is all after I left the nation. So it was like, you know, after you know, that's, you know, going down those roads, especially in the club life. I'm like, you know, and then still making your prayers or your salat or whatever you're doing for them every day, every night, and really putting it in so they could stay healed up or whatever they're going through. Because you know, sometimes we have dreams about them, and you want to call, they block you, and you be like, I can't even. You know, you hit up one of your children, your other children, say, yo, just check on this person, and I, you know, that's what I used to do. Check on this person, and today is this October 16th, the Holy Day of Atonement.
That's right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I, you know, happy Million-Man March and Holy Day of Atonement Day.
Yes, sir. Happy Holy Day of Atonement to you and your family. We were out in the field today because we use today as a day of service.
Of course.
And here in Brooklyn, we gave out 500 dinners to our people. You know, we covered Flatbush. We covered you know, I'm gonna say Flatbush first because I know that's gonna get you. We covered Flatbush, we covered Crown Heights, we covered East New York, we covered Brownsville, and we covered Bed-Stuy. Now, of course, you know, 500 dinners is a drop in the bucket when it comes down to 700,000 Black people in Brooklyn, New York. But it was more than just giving out the dinners because we was doing it in the name of Allah, in the name of the 30th anniversary of the Million-Man March and Holy Day of Atonement, just to give a day of service to our people. And we gave away Final Call newspapers. But I know our presence and our effort was backed by God. But let me say this, brother, just off of what you had said about the children.
Yes, sir.
One of the things that we got to make sure that we strive to get away from as fathers and even as mothers is guilt.
Yes, that's
you know, for past aggressions and failures of what we should have been as a mother or as a father. Allah knows us better than we know ourselves.
That's right.
You know, and so we're taught, get rid of fear and get rid of guilt. And as long as we're still striving to do the right thing to the best of our ability from the way that we know, then we're storing up blessings with God.
That's right.
For ourselves and for our children. And one thing I understand, that even if it's to the point where they don't want to speak to us or they may not be taking our calls, you know, just be patient with the process. And I remember one time saying to my children years ago with that kind of situation, I said, you know, you can play games with me and not take my call or whatever, but what do you think would happen if I cut you off? You see, which I would never do if I stopped taking your call. If I see, you know, as parents, we sit like the sun. The sun stays in a fixed position in the atmosphere.
That's right.
The earth rotates around the sun.
That's right.
Our children rotate around us, whether they believe it or not. Every time you look in the mirror, you're going to see me.
That's right.
You know what I mean? You're going to see your mother. So, you know, we just have to be patient, because as many times before we had any consciousness about ourselves, how many times did we offend God?
That's right.
The Creator, and He still was patient with us.
That's right.
So
That's right.
we have to be that same way with our children, and just be patient with the process and keep on moving. You know what I mean? And from time to time, when we can, throw out that olive branch, try to open that door. But just as you said, if they won't take it, call somebody else up that's close to them and say, look, man, give your brother a call, give your sister a call, you know? Yeah.
That's what I do. And I, you know, again, you know, learning from the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad and Minister Farrakhan, the Honorable Minister Farrakhan, for showing us the importance of thinking 5 times before you.
Yes, sir.
You know, and that saved a lot of lives in my family back in the day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know, like I told you, and matter of fact, I stood up in the FOI class when Minister Conrad was there. Now Conrad Tillett, big up to him.
Yes, sir.
Big up to him.
Yes, sir.
You know, I stood up in class and almost was thinking about taking out my family because of what I was going through. And the messenger's voice that said, yo, think 5 times before you move. And I put down whatever I had to, was going to do anything with it. And I walked away and walked outside to walk it off.
That's right. That's
because
right.
I didn't want that to be something that was held in, you know, and the children didn't deserve to pass on, nor did the wife at that time.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
And I'm glad they're doing great. They're beautiful human beings to this day. Those 4 particular children are close to me. And then the girls, the boys are more closer, but especially me and my 4 boys and my bonus child that was with my former wife at that time.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So it's important that atonement in your own way. That's why at the end of these shows, all of my shows, I always say I forgive myself, my family, and others for imperfection, and I am thankful for my life.
That's right.
That's a prayer that Dr. B gave us, but it's just something that you, like you said, the guilt trip. I didn't want the guilt to hold on. And I keep on saying that it starts to help. So I'm thankful for the lesson.
And you know, brother, when a period is put to our life, you know,
one day
Allah is going to weigh us by our good versus our bad.
Yes, sir.
I want my report card to show that I did more good than bad. And since I don't know, you know, how much good is enough for Allah, then I continue to try to do good.
Exactly.
And doing good for goodness sake. Not just doing good so somebody else can feel good and say that's a good brother. No, doing good because good is the right thing to do. And I feel so at peace when I do the right thing, man. So it's a beautiful thing. And Islam is peace. You know, so to be good for the sake of being good. You know what's right, then do what's right.
Exactly.
And keep on striving where that is concerned, you know. So that's it with me where that is concerned.
Hey, y'all heard, for goodness sake, this ain't for Santa Claus, family.
No, it's not.
So y'all stay focused.
You know, be careful with that word Santa. You change them letters around. It's Satan.
Satan's Claus.
Come on now.
I remember that Dr. Collins taught a class on that. Never forgot that class. Oh man! So going back to the Million Man Mosque, 30 years. What can they expect at Mosque number 7C and number 7 in New York City? Well, from your perspective, because you'll be at Mosque number 7C.
Well, you definitely going. What they can expect is the love and spirit of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, which is the love and spirit of Allah God. And being prepared to hear a word that's going to touch our soul. That kind of energy that is permeated through the mosque and all of Muhammad Mosque around the United States of America is the energy of God, because we didn't set this up. We didn't know how to set up no temple when it used to be called temple. We didn't know how to set up no mosque when we started changing the name to mosque. Our meeting places is something that was designed by Allah God, the Savior, and the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. And Minister Farrakhan is that representative that has been keeping it going to the best of his ability, the way the honorable Elijah Muhammad wanted. And we are those little babies that have been following behind that and keeping that kind of spirit going. So, whether it be at Mosque number 7 in Harlem, or where the heart is, or whether it be at 7C in Brooklyn, you're going to find love the Brooklyn way. You know what I mean? We're going to show it, and then you're going to hear a good word that's going to be very informative and give us insight and foresight. The insight of what's going on in America today and the foresight of what's coming down the line. And I'll say that and add this to it. Please. Minister Farrakhan has been guiding us for the past 47 years. But in these last 40 years, and just if we look at the last 30 years from 95 to now, he was constantly warning us about what was coming, and that there is a plan from the government to go to war with the Nation of Islam and Black people in America. And he told us, pretty soon you're going to see tanks coming through your communities. Pretty soon you're going to see armed forces in your communities. Pretty soon you're going to see helicopter gunships. And now you see it in Washington, D.C. Now you see it in Chicago. It's coming our way. So 30 years after the Million Man March is even more of a ripe time for us to be able to start uniting and getting ourselves right to act on the pledge that was given to us then, act on the principles of atonement, and be prepared to deal with unifying and strengthening our own communities. I'm not saying the boogeyman is coming, but what I am saying is to have a man like that was able to call 1 million and almost 2 million show up and then reject what he's been saying all this time. God is not going to take it like that. It's just a certain point where God starts spanking on us.
That's right.
So while the time is still available for us to get our lives together and start acting right, then we need to go ahead and unite behind that word and the principles that was in that word and come together.
Let me say something, because when you said tanks, I remember walking on Church Avenue, leaving a venue on Church and Flatbush, and up the road, some of the biggest trucks that can hold these tanks on top, it's coming in like a formation, coming down Flatbush, going towards Reese Beach, where we know there's a Air Force base over there.
Yes, sir.
They was moving, and you could hear the ground trembling, because Flatbush is one of those arteries that are strong enough to hold those things. But you could hear the ground trembling.
Yes, sir.
And I remember I took me back. I said, man, that's what the disaster preparedness program was all about. And I always walk with my gear and all that kind of stuff. I'm still in the disaster preparedness. And, from the messenger gave us our disaster preparedness.
That's right.
I still
got
that.
Yes,
Brother Ramza gave it to me years ago.
Yes, sir.
Brother Ramza, the late great Brother Ramza.
We got that in orientation class first coming in. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yep. Yeah.
Man, it was frightening, but it would also open me up to remember that these are things that can happen at any given time. The military was showing its force on Flatbush. A long convoy. When I say it was a long convoy, the convoy lasted 5 minutes.
Look at there,
going through. I was like, whoa! But I just said a long way for. I said a long way for, because they didn't come off and jump and stop and shut down the whole thing. They just kept on moving, but they showed their force on that street. Last question before we finish, because I don't want to. I know you're a man. I want to make sure everything is all right. Who is going to be the featured speaker at in Chicago?
It'll be the student national representative of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, our dear brother Ishmael Muhammad. He's been prepared, as you know, for decades to be able to represent the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam. His lineage is not what makes him what he is his love for God and the teachings, but he is a son of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, and he is a spiritual son of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. He will carry the word for the day. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan hasn't been speaking for the past year and a half. He had told us that after he gave Savior's Day 2024, that Allah told him in his spirit not to speak, to be quiet. And, and he's been quiet, but Allah has been manifesting to the world. Everything that he had been telling us was coming is coming, and it's happening. And there's a reason for that. And so Brother Ishmael has been the one representing on his behalf and on behalf of the Nation of Islam. He is the face of the nation right now. We're not saying that he's taking the place of the minister, but he's the one that's going to be giving that keynote on behalf of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam. And we're praying that that Allah uses him and brings the word through him in the right spirit, and that he represents well. I know he will, but it's never not too late to make a prayer for our brother.
That's right. Just make a prayer for our brother.
That's right.
And family, 7C is where you can hear this very articulate brother that I grew up with.
Come be with us. Come be with us. Yes,
hang out with them and go and see the live stream on there over there in Pennsylvania Avenue, one of the safest areas in Brooklyn.
That's right. That's right. And brother Simon, brother King Simon, man, I look forward to the day when I see you come walk through the door and pay us a visit, brother.
I'm coming in town in the next another few weeks. I'm coming in town.
Yeah, man. Let me know in advance, brother. Let me know in advance so we can set it right for you, brother. Yes, I'm inviting you.
You invited me, and Brother Minister Arthur invited me because him and I was doing security for Tupac back in the day.
Come on, that's right. That's right. Yes, sir.
I'm definitely gonna come through because I need to see the family. I need to get some hug. I need some energy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm going through a whole lot. A lot of people don't know.
Yeah, man. And so, brother, don't hesitate to call me, brother.
I'll call you.
I'm your brother, and I love you, man. You know what I'm saying? So we can always talk offline. And anytime that we're able to help you on these airwaves, brother, hit me up and let me know. You know what I'm saying? Because you're our brother, man.
Man, let me tell you something real quick before you leave, man. I have going through some issues like a few months ago with some family. Brother Chief Professor Chris was going to step up. He wanted to come and help me out. Professor Bill wanted to help me out. Brother Jason wanted to help me. I mean, everybody was like, "Yo,
that's enough right there. Them three right there is enough."
Right there,
yes, sir.
And I had to tell him, now stay close. Certain things is happening, and this guy got the force of the courts behind him. I can't do that for y'all.
Yes, sir.
Because we think strategically. We always
That's right. Yes,
so
sir.
I don't ever want to put my brothers in harm's way.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Because I understand. I've been there on the battlefield with my brothers. We've been battle tested through Sanukas, Karate, all kinds of stuff.
Right.
So I already know what it is. So,
yes, sir.
Beloved, I want to thank you very much for coming on and sharing your wisdom, sharing the knowledge. Of course, happy Holy Day of Atonement and M.M.M March Day to you and the whole family of the Nation of Islam. Please send my greetings to my beloved family there.
Yes, I shall.
If you can, give you a round of applause, man. Thank you.
Thank you once again. Love you, brother. And to your audience, we thank you for having us as well. And I pray that they all keep supporting you and keep striving in the righteous way.
Man, thank you.
Assalamu alaikum, family.
Wa alaikum salam, man. Thank you very much, beloved. Be safe, all right?
Thank you as well. Thank you.
Take care. All right. That's our brother, man. Let's show him some love. Let me get my applause button going, popping it off, of course. Let's show him some love. That was a love fest. Put it like that. That was a love fest. That was my brother. When I say we held down the lines together, we held down the lines since the late 80s, 89 going into 90. We held down the lines, man. And, Khalid gave us this saying back in the day: we must be saints, saviors, soldiers, scholars, healers, and killers. Oh, I live by this. I live by this. All I pray is that we do things, that those things manifest at the appropriate time. That's all I pray. When I'm on these streets, when I leave this house, my mindset is just like that. When I leave, my head is on a swivel, but I'm calm and relaxed, just in case of emergency. And I leave in prayer all the time. Before I leave the house, when I come back in, I always do that. Even when I'm going home, I pray for my family. I pray for my children. I pray for my grandchildren. I have 15 grandchildren, 9 children, 15 grandchildren. I pray for all of them and their extended family. I pray for my friends. I pray for my enemies to become people that will leave me alone and just become my footstool. I pray for my mom and dad. They're still on this planet with me. So, and all my siblings and cousins and aunts and all that, I always go to bed with that prayer in my head. All the time I pray and meditate on all my family, whether they know it or not, because my granny and my grandfather prayed for me. I even have a play in my head. It's an improvisation play called Granny Prayed for Me. And I'm going to do the play one day. It's a one-man play, and I'm going to do it one day, but it's going to be very tear-jerking, and it's going to be a roller coaster ride of fun and emotions and all the stuff that has happened in my family from since I was young, from the entertainment, everything that I've done. So you can't take that away from your life. You can't take that away from me. I've been in a lot of stuff, you know, and that is me 1000%, you know. So family, on that note, I want to thank each and every one of y'all for coming in and enjoying. Remember, this is a troll-free zone. So trolls, please take a stroll somewhere else. I ain't into the drama. I ain't into the smoke because I don't smoke. I don't want smoke because I don't smoke. Can I give it? I have receipts on a lot of people, positive and negative, but I won't go down that road. I deal with them over the phone, conversation, and whatever. You got people out there trying to throw certain things, and it's all the timeline is wrong. It's all messed up, and people just eating things up. So I just stay focused. I stay quiet. I stay silent, and I let the Creator and my ancestors do the work. That's what I learned to do. So before I leave here, let me say this. Happy Holy Day of Atonement. If you got to atone with your family members or friends or children, or try it. If they're blocking you, is all right. Just keep on atoning in the spiritual realm. But this is the Holy Day of Atonement. Matter of fact, this is a good day to really put your meditation out there for all of the people that you have slighted or those that have slighted you. And so Dr. B says, I forgive myself, my family, and others for imperfection, and I am thankful for my life. In closing, Dr. Blair says, big up to Denise Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum, Sister Denise. Dr. Blair says, please, Universal Creator, know in my heart that I love you. Please protect me and this planet on which we live now. Please open my mind, my spirit, and my soul to receive only truth and your love now. And I will end with the Muslim prayer in Arabic only, because the Arabiya tone is the most powerful of the tone, with Hebrew, Amharic, and all of that. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Maliki yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina as-sirata mustaqim. Sirata alladhina an'amta alayhim. Ghayril maghdubi alayhim waladdallin. Ameen. I want everybody out there to look up Surah Al-Fatiha, and then you'll know what I say. I'm giving y'all homework now. What I just said is a prayer from the Quran. And I want y'all to go look it up. Just Google. Y'all got Google now. Y'all got AI, you got Google. I want you to find out what I just said. It's called Surah Al-Fatiha. Go ahead. Surah Al-Fatiha. Go check it out. All right? Have a great day, afternoon, or evening. Be safe, be great, and remember, I love you because guess what? I love me, period. And there's nothing you could do about it. All right? Have a great day. Take care. Thank you very much, brother, student, minister, Henry Muhammad, for coming on. Peace and love.